Okay, so we've reset since the Spanish ring knot, and you'll notice I have a much bigger mandrel to tie around because expanding this knot takes up quite a bit of room. So let's get right into it. I have my same 6 foot piece here, and this is just to show you the base knot. It actually requires quite a bit more. So to start, we're going to tie that 3-part 5-bight Turk's head again, just on a bigger mandrel. So over, 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 coming back into the knot, we do our twist, putting the right under the left, like so, and then coming under that one. Now you notice I don't have to put that extra twist in, it just kind of happened. It did it on its own. Sometimes that'll work, sometimes it won't, sometimes you actually have to push that one back underneath. But it worked this time, so I'm going to come right back into the knot under this way. And our final is to come back up here. Now, remember from the Spanish ring knot, I actually went on the other side of the standing end. I'm not going to do that now because I'm not doing an interweave. I'm actually going to do an expansion pass before I begin the interweave. So, you see we have our 3-part 5-bight Turk's head, and it's a very open knot. I don't mean that it's loose on the mandrel. What I mean is that there's a lot of space between all the parts this way in the weave. So when you're tying a Turk's head around a rather large mandrel or rope or bar or whatever you're tying it around, if you come across this issue, all you need to do is an expansion pass. An expansion pass adds parts and bights to the knot, and there's a predictable sequence in every different knot. This one just happens to be that it adds 2 parts and it adds 4 bights to the knot. So if you were to do 2 expansion passes on it, you'd go from a 3-part 5-bight to a 5-part 9-bight to a 7-part 15-bight. I'm sorry, a 13-bight. Yeah, 9 and 4 is 13. All right. Math wasn't my best subject in school. Which is why I don't really worry about how many parts and bights and the mathematical formulas for all these. I do what works. So, continuing on with the knot here. To do an expansion pass is just like we did in my other videos, where the working end exits the knot over, so we need to enter the knot over. So we're just going to do it like this. So we have our over here and our under right here. This bight is under, and we're going to come back around and lock it in on the second half of this expansion pass. Now, exiting the knot over, and make sure I can hold this so you can see it. We're exiting over, we're going to enter over back into the knot this way. Okay, so there's our over, there's our under. We don't want to lose those, we're going to need them. Alright, sorry about that, I just hit my tripod. Exiting over, entering over. Now our under kind of fell inside the knot there. Just pull it back out like that. That way you won't lose it. Try to keep your bights even. That's the most important thing, so that you can find them later, because you will need them. Alright, so we're coming back up next to our standing end here. So we're exiting the knot over, we're going to enter the knot over, splitting this pair long ways. Okay, we're splitting long ways because we're doing an expansion pass. This is the second half of the expansion pass. So we're going to pick up this part right here that's underneath, just like that. Okay, and don't pull it too tight, otherwise you're going to lose this one. Okay, so since we're on the second half of this expansion pass, what we're doing is we're tying, or we're locking in these under ones. So we exit over, we're going to enter under to get back to our over one, under one pattern. Splitting this pair long ways by coming underneath and picking up that one right there, just like that. Now you can see our over one, under one pattern is starting to develop. You can see 5 parts right there. Okay, there's an under right here. So we're going to exit over, enter underneath this one to lock that one back in. Continuing on, splitting this pair long ways by coming under and picking up that one. And exiting the knot on the right side. There's our under, trying to hide. So we're going to pick it up, lock it in. And our over, this is why I said not to pull that one too tight, because it flips in on you and it makes your knot look all wonky. So all you got to do is make this, split this pair long ways by picking that one up, exit the knot on the right side, and we're right back to our standing end, which makes this a completed Turk's head knot. Okay, now we have 5 parts and we have 9 bights. If you were to count this from the end, feel free to pause the video, count the number of bights on there. It's 9. Alright, so let me swap this out. We're going to go to the interweave pattern and we're going to do this right here. So I have another knot that I've already tied. This line is about 12 feet long and I pre-tied the knot just to spare you from having to watch me pull 12 feet of line through this knot a bunch of times.